How you like it?
Kind of.
Okay, so just made a few laps with the Bolink Eliminator here at E-Team Hobby Complex, and really haven't changed anything. Just put the same tires. We still got the cracks in the tires, and threw a battery in it and some electronics and went for a ride. And you can see right here, we broke off a steering arm within about the first 5 minutes of running the car. So it's not a major deal. I just hope I can find the parts. That's the real issue here, is taking something that's so old and being able to find pieces for it. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Clutch Trick. Today I wanted to bring you up to date on the project Bolink Eliminator. So here it is. You may remember a video I did a while back where it had a ratted out old body and some old electronics in it, and I'd mentioned wanting to rebuild it and actually race it. I haven't had a chance to race it yet. It has made one visit to the track where it lasted maybe 5 minutes before it was broken. I think that was actually due to some old dry rotted parts on it from being a 30-year-old RC car. But we have that fixed, we have updated the electronics, and we put a new body on it with a nice paint job. You'll notice here I still have the old wheels on the front. That's just because I want to leave the new wheels in the bag and keep them nice and soft. I have put some new wheels and tires on the back of it here. We've updated, my screen's all backwards. We've updated the wiring, so now it has some Dean's adapters. You'll see the paint on the body. Now this is a McAllister's body. It's a GTP Toyota body. And you'll see it changes from everything from like a gold type of color up in here, more to like a cranberry purple type look, all the way to this blue. Now that is one color of paint. It has the stripes on it. In fact, let me just show you a picture of what this thing looks like in the sunlight. Okay, so now you've seen what it looks like in the sunlight. This color just really pops. What that is this paint right here. Made by Spastics. It's actually made for RC cars. And if you can see it, it's there. If that'll focus. No focus? No focus? Okay. You can see it's their orange, purple, teal color change paint. Now, I also bought some of the prismatic or holographic paint as well, which I have not used yet. I'm not sure if you can see the color changing quite the same on camera there as I can. Probably not, but it gives a really neat holographic look. So let's pull the lid off here and take a look. So here's the car now. You can see we've got some nice new wheels, nice fresh foam on there. It's all soft. These are black. These are actually offset a bit. I'm not sure if you can see on the camera. Move it the right direction. You can see in here the old wheels were flush with that mounting hub, but these, they're actually offset a little bit. So we have a wider wheel, wider tire on the ground, but it still fits inside the body like it would. Now here, what I have done, this is actually a steering servo off one of my kids' ECX Barrage crawlers. Like I think it was a 1/16 or 1/18 crawler. So it's a small, little lightweight servo. It's actually not very strong, and I will probably wind up doing away with that. We've also gone to a new receiver. I just used one of my transmitters from another RC vehicle for this, so I didn't actually buy a new transmitter. But I put this little receiver on there. You can see, I think it's Fly Sky. Yeah, it's a Fly Sky Can't see the actual model number on it, but just your basic 3-channel receiver with a it was a Hobbywing Quick Run 1060 electronic speed controller. Something that's just basic, really low dollar stuff. I think I've got a total of $125 in this whole car at this point. And we're still running the brushed motor that came with it, an old Reedy Rage motor. I took the shock apart and cleaned it out. Actually kind of polished it up and rebuilt it as well. Put some fresh oil in it. And it looks like our bearings for now are good enough for me. I'm not really going to be very competitive. If I go out and have fun with this, that's about all I'm really concerned about. I did clean up all the nuts and bolts that were on it. The hardware, got some rust off of them. Got those looking good again. Probably the next thing we'll be looking at is maybe changing the gear ratio. Kind of hard to see. If you know pan cars, you know gear ratios. The next thing I need to do to it is I need to install this battery tray. When I took it to the track, I had the battery put in with zip ties, and so that meant no changing the battery. You had to use whatever battery was in it at the time. But I'll throw a little bit of footage on here from the time that it was at the track. We were at E-Team Hobby Complex in Fort Collins, Colorado. It's a really neat little place. They're kind of an actual garage that works on cars, like real cars. And then they have a hobby shop in the middle, and then they have an area for racetracks on the side where they do like oval, they do carpet road racing, they do drifting, they do quadcopters like the drone racing, and they also do off-road racing. So I'll throw some footage of that stuff here in just a second as well and show you the vehicle actually used for off-road racing here. This is my Traxxas Slash. It's an Ultimate, so it's 4-wheel drive. It's pretty much stock, other than I did go with the low center of gravity chassis. This is also McAllister's Ascot body. Ascot, however you want to say it. And this body, it looks pretty beat up, right? You see tire marks on it. Like right in here, you see tire marks. There's some tire marks from other cars. We've got the windshield piece busted out here. We've got a messed up spot from our transponder. This vehicle has, well, this body has about 18 minutes of actual race driving on it. Now, it's all indoors, so there was no dust on it. I got a little bit of dust playing with it in the driveway with my kids. But apart from the dust, all the damage you see on this thing is from 18 minutes of driving. That's one night running 2 6-minute heats and then a 6-minute A-main with this truck. So, pretty tough beating these things take. Well, that's it for what I've got for my RC cars right now. I will show you some footage coming up here in just a second, so stay tuned to the end of this video. You'll get to see that. You may even see one video where it's going to be following a little Traxxas Rustler around their indoor off-road track. That's actually my oldest son, Ezra, doing some racing. And then I may throw in some footage also of a Traxxas Bandit, a little cheap car that my youngest son, Noah, uses. He's the one you're going to see in the footage that actually broke the Bolink. Now, I'm not blaming him for it. It's a 30-year-old car, but here's what broke. When you look inside there, you'll see, if I can use some scissors here, point. This area right here, kind of a steering block. It's where the axle comes through, and it's also where your tie rod is connecting, and really allows the wheel to be able to turn. So what happened was, he was driving it, and I asked him what he thought about driving the car, if it was fun or not. And when he lost concentration to talk to me, he hit the wall pretty good and snapped that piece off. So suddenly we had no steering whatsoever with the car, and that's not a good thing. Fortunately, with these old Bolinks, Associated made a pan car as well that was called an RC10L, and just so happens they use the exact same piece for the steering block and the axle to go through. So I was able to look up the part number actually by just looking at pictures online, and then order some old vintage pieces from eBay, and lo and behold, they fit right in. They're exactly the same, only they're black instead of white, which doesn't matter. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and I will hopefully get this thing down to the track and get to run it here maybe in a few weeks. And when I do, I'll make sure I get a video for you.
Get across that line within the first 7 seconds. Junior off-road, A-Main, going racing. On the top, no crashing before the line.
So if you like this video, please be sure to give the... If you like this video, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.